The Memphis Tigers women's basketball team, for some reason, Alex Simmons, their head coach, was not able to do very good with them. Now, Alex Simmons is a Tennessee native. She's from Shelbyville, Tennessee. She played for Pathead Summit and won two national championships, 2007, 2008. Was McDonald's All-American, Tennessee Miss Basketball. And she coached at Gardner Webb and went 90 and 59 at Gardner Webb, uh, getting them to a 29-5 record her final season there, making it to the NCAA first round. Um, she had two, she had four winning seasons, had one losing season. Um, but she made it to Memphis, and she had three losing seasons. So they got rid of her. And I'm sad to say about that because, well, Alex Simmons, having come from Tennessee, I love me some Tennessee players. So after they fired Alex Simmons, they hired in Hana Haden from Georgia Southern. Now, Hana Haden has been moving up the ranks. She has a record of 224 wins, 91 losses. She's coached for 10 seasons. She came from Georgia Southern, where she coached for two seasons, turning the program around. Her first season they went 16 and 18. This past season they made their first postseason tournament in 23 years. They went 23 and 8, were first in the regular season in the Sun Belt. And you know, on top of that, she had also um before that, she had coached at Division II Georgia Southwestern State and Moberly Area Community College. She played at Western Carolina for the Catamounts. So they're a good team. Um, she's got a really good record as a head coach, so maybe she can do something. Especially because it doesn't look like a lot of the Memphis players have left. And to be perfectly honest with you, it's fascinating when you're looking at the stat lines here. Now, I don't know who's going to go. I don't know who's going to come in, but looking at these two teams, it's interesting. It really is. So, we're going to cover this by the numbers. I'm also going to tell you, I'm also going to give you a little bit about what's going on with this hiring. So, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. And here we go. I am trying to get Academy Sports to choose me to be a sponsor. I love me some Academy Sports. Now, these folks got everything that you need if you're into sports, if you're into going camping, fishing, even if you like golf. Now, I'm now focusing only on college sports. So, I looked through there as a Tennessee fanatic. I went to look to see if they had stuff that I like. And they do. They have all kinds of stuff. If you got a little sports team that you're needing to get all the equipment for, they got it. So, hey, Academy, pick me. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Okay, this comes from ESPN. Memphis hired Hana Haden from Georgia Southern as 14th women's basketball head coach in program history. Athletic Director Ed Scott announced the hiring. Hayden had just earned honors as the 2026 Sun Belt Coach of the Year after taking Georgia Southern to a 23-8 record and first regular season title in 25 seasons. This despite being picked to finish 10th in the preseason poll in the league's coaches. Spent 2 seasons at Georgia Southern and coached senior Keisha Anderson in a breakout performance as the Sun Belt Player of the Year this season. I'm looking at these numbers. Now, Georgia Southern had 4 players in double digits. They scored on average 72.4 points, had 35.4 rebounds. Both those are solid stats. 13.1 assists, though. 7.9 steals. That's solid. 2.9 blocks, though. That one right there would worry me. 13.8 turnovers. That's not terrible in any stretch. But you've got 3 players over 2 turnovers a game. 2.9 for Destiny Garrett. Keisha Anderson had 2, and McKenna Eddings had 2.5. Their shooting percentages were actually kind of solid. 44.7 field goal percentage, 33.9 3-point percentage, and 72.3 free throw percentage. Now, Destiny Garrett had 14.7 points. Keisha Anderson will average 14.7 points. Keisha Anderson averaged 14.5, 13.4 for McKenna Eddings, and Shanti Simmons had 11.3. But she was only in 20 of the 31 games. She also led in rebounding at 6.8, but Keisha Anderson stepped up and was the second most at 4.9. This team was not doing as much work together, and defensively, yes, steals were okay, but their blocking just, and their defensive rebounds, 763, they did 1,061 rebounds, 298 were offensive, 763 were defensive. 238 steals, only 86 blocks. Now, that would be one thing that would worry me. Now, when you look back at Memphis, they only scored 65.3 points. Now, they went 10-21. They only did 65.3 points on average, but they had 38.2 rebounds, 12.6 assists, so they were worse at playing as a team. They only had 3 players in double digits. 10.9 steals, that wasn't that strong. 4.2 blocks, though. So maybe, depending on who's staying, if Tanya Smith, a forward, was a leader in blocks. She was a sophomore. Tamia Smith, I am sorry. I'm not seeing right now that she's going anywhere. I really don't. So if Tamia Smith stays, that would be a boon. But their shooting was bad. 38.8% field goal percentage, 24.6 3-point percentage. Now, Deja Richmond had 13.5 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 2.9 steals, 0.8 blocks, 4.8 turnovers, though. That's way too high. 40.2 field goal percentage, 20% 3-point percentage, and 66.2 free throw percentage. With her defensive capability, she just needs to learn some discipline and how to shoot the ball. Tamia Smith, 12.1 points, 5.5 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.3 steals, 1.1 blocks, 2.9 turnovers, though. 40.8 field goal percentage, 25.4 3-point percentage, and 69.6 free throw percentage. This is a team that looked like they just weren't coached on how to do the fundamentals of offense. And that's something that Hannah Hayden seems to be really good at. Okay, Hannah Hayden, when you're looking at her, knows how to get into the postseason. Um, from 2018, 2022, or 23, when she coached at Moberly Area Community College, she made 5 NJCAA Region 16 tournament appearances. Named the WCBA or WBCA, sorry, 30 under 30 coaches 4 times, and 28 for 45 players at the MACC. Went on to compete at a senior college level. So she knows how to do that. Um, she spent the 2023-24 season at Georgia Southwestern, achieving a 29-4 overall record and a 16-2 mark in the Peach Belt. Uh, she became coach of the WBCA Division One National Coach of the Year, led the Hurricanes to the Peach Belt Tournament title and NCAA Southeast Region crown. The program's first NCAA, okay, Division Two. This would have to be Division Two. Elite Eight berth. So she knows how to build a team up. She did go 16-18 her first year at Statesboro. Uh, she went 6-12 in the Sun Belt and then turned it around, earning them a bid into the WBIT. So I can see her being able to have that shot at Memphis because they do have the money. I cover them in football because they're American Athletic Conference. And I mean, I'm looking at this. They've got 3 good players, and 2 of them don't look to. They look like they're sticking around, which they need to do. Uh, Now, Che Harris is probably gone. She was a senior. So Deja Richmond led in points, assists, and steals. Tamia Smith led in rebounds and blocks. That's, hey, if those 2 stay there, those are a solid core to build around. I'm looking at this, what she's got coming into this, and looking at what she does for a team. Offensively, Memphis is looking like they need to learn how to shoot. Not to mention Tammy Smith and Deja Richmond, I guess because they were so necessary to the offense, they were turning over the ball a lot. 4.8 for Richmond, Smith 2.9 a game. Shooting percentages are not there. This is something that is definitely going to have to become a project for Hayden. She's got to look at this team and go, hey, you got to shoot better. 38.8% field goal percentage, not any good. When you take a look at UCLA, 3 players were doing 50, 40, 90 numbers. You take a look at all of the Final Four teams were in the top 5 in field goal percentage and field goals made. That is very necessary. Then I'd work on, and by doing that for this team, that's going to work up the discipline, and those turnovers will go away once you're learning the discipline. Because when you look at the numbers, they attempted 2019, Memphis attempted 2019 field goals and only made 783 of them. Whereas Georgia Southern attempted 1,750 and made 783 of them. That's a massive difference right there. When you're not making, when you're making fewer bad shots, it helps. And that's a discipline issue. And I think that's what Hana Haden is going to hopefully bring to this Memphis team for their sake. I don't root for Memphis. I don't root against Memphis unless they're playing Navy. But I don't have a problem with them. So I think this is going to be a smart choice. But you tell me what you think. This has been Paul, the Redneck with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.